If you're taking NAD plus or NMN to slow aging, there's a chance you're quietly making a different problem worse, and almost no one talks about it. NAD plus is a molecule every single cell uses to make energy and to repair DNA. As we age, levels fall. So the logic seems alright. Levels drop, you feel older, so put the molecule back and you turn back in clock. It is one of the most searched ideas in longevity right now, and the supplement cells has answered with NMA, NR, niacin, and dozens blends promising to restore your NAD+. And here's the honest part, that logic is not wrong. NAD+ really does matter, but it is incomplete. And the missing piece is not a detail for some people, it is the whole story. Let me show you what almost no video on this topic will. Your body does not just soak up whatever you swallow. When you take more of niacin-based NAD plus precursor than you can use, your body has to clear the excess. And it clears it by attaching a methyl group, then excreting the result. Hold on that word, methyl, because a methyl group is not spare change. It is one of the most important working currencies in your entire body. Methylation, the act of handing off these methyl groups, is how you build neurotransmitters that steady your mood, how you detoxify, and how your cells switch genes on and off. You're spending that same currency every second of every day just to be well. So, picture as a shared tank of methyl groups. Normally, it supplies your mood chemistry, your detox pathways, and your gene regulation. Now, you add a daily dose of precursor your body has to methylate to clear. Every one of those clearance reactions dips into the same tank. For many people, the tank refills fine. But if your intake is high and your ability to refuel is limited, you can quietly run low and feel it somewhere that has nothing to do with NAD+ at all. Now, why would refilling be limited for some people and not others? This is where it gets personal and where the marketing goes silent. Refilling your methyl tank depends on folate and B12 on a set of enzymes that carry the traffic. One of those enzymes comes from a gene you may have heard, MTHFR. A sizable share of people carry a common variant that makes that enzymes less efficient. If that is you, your tank refill more slowly to begin with, so a aided demand for methylation lands harder. There's also lab value that acts like a warning light here, homocysteine. When methylation traffic backs up, homocysteine tends to rise. It is not a perfect gauge, but it is a measurable, audible window into whether this cycle is on the strain, which matters in a minute when we talked about what you can actually do. And this is the part that reframes the whole supplement aisle. Form and dose are not interchangeable. A high-dose plant niacin precursor leans harder on methylation than a modest dose of a form your body handles differently. NAD+ support on a label tells you the goal. It tells you nothing about metabolic bill. Two products with the same problems can cause your chemistry very different amounts. It does not mean NAD+ is bad. It means the form, the dose, and your own methylation status all matter, which is exactly the kind of four-dimensional question our framework is built to ask. Instead of one-dimensional questions, the label answers. So, What do you do with this? Let me give you the calm, concrete version, the same first questions I would raise in clinic. First, know precisely what you're taking. Not a longevity blend, the actual form and the actual dose. You can't weigh a cost you can't see. Second, notice timing. If new mood changes, anxiety, or brain fog showed up within weeks of starting or increasing a precursor, that timing is information worth bringing to your physician, not proof, but a thread to pull. Third, the cycle is measurable. Homocysteine, B12, and folate, also whole blood histamine level, are ordinary, audible labs. Ask your physician whether checking them makes sense for you, especially if you have ever been told you carry MTHFR variant, or if you are taking a precursor at a high dose. Fourth, support the tank. Don't just drain it. The refuel side of methylation runs on adequate folate and B12 status. Whether and how to support that is a conversation for your own clinician, because the right form and the dose, they are individual too. The exactly same principle that got us into this. And the fifth, the one people skip. The goal was never more NAD+. The goal was energy, clarity, healthy aging. NAD+ is one lever. If pulling it hard costs you mood and focus, you haven't won. You have moved problems. The better target is the whole system, not the single number. By the way, if you have serotonin or dopamine deficiency, you need to consult with specialized psychiatrists trained in advanced nutrition medicine before you take any folic acid and B12. Let me widen the lens. Because the methyl tank is only one dimension, and treating it in isolation, it would repeat the exact mistakes we're critiquing. Two people, same supplement, opposite outcomes. This is not a contradiction, it is the whole thesis. This is why we look through 4 dimensions: anatomy, the physical machinery, your gut, your liver, how you actually absorb and process; chemistry, where supplements and methylation live; energy, your sleep, your rhythm, your nerve system's baseline; and the soul, your emotional load, your stress, the weight you carry, which, believe it or not, changes you by chemistry measurably. Supplements sit squarely in chemistry, but chemistry never acts alone. Your energy patterns affect how you metabolize what you take in. Your stress loads when your body demands of that methyl tank before a single pill enters the picture. Ask only what raises my NAD+, and you are standing at 1 dial on a 4-dial machine. The people who get lasting results are the ones who step back and read all 4. So here's the reframe to walk away with. Before you buy next longevity supplements, don't ask, does this raise NAD+? Ask a better question. What does raising it cost the rest of my chemistry? Or does the rest of my system even need this pulled the hardest? That's a 4-dimensional question, and you don't have to answer it in the dark. I built a free assessment, the Brain 4-dimension profile, that shows you which of your 4 dimensions is asking for attention first. It takes a few minutes, it costs nothing, and it's a fair, better starting point than a label promise. Whatever you decide about supplement self, do it with your own physician and do it with a whole system in view. That is the difference between chasing a number and actually getting well. I'm Dr. Jingduan Yang. I will see you in the next one.